Hello again, everybody. This is Steve Politi from the Star-Ledger. I'm joined by our esteemed Rutgers beat writer, Tom Lucci, and once again, we're here to break down the week's game against this time against Navy. Now, last week, our first video, Tom, got 1,500 views on YouTube. I know we were both very excited about that. I did some research, and apparently Miss Teen South Carolina's attempts to answer that question in the pageant got 12 million views. I'm wondering if maybe we should also start with a question like why is Rutgers hard to find on a map?
Well, first of all, I'm all for world peace too. So just as Miss South Carolina is, and I'm for puppies, and I'm for the environment, puppies, and all that good stuff. You know what? I think it's getting to the point where people are starting to know where Rutgers is. Although it's kind of funny, you see some accounts now, and they still insist on putting New Brunswick, you know, as the date line or as the site for the school. But they're getting there a lot closer. It's a lot closer than East Rutherford. It's a lot closer than Camden. So they're getting a little closer.
Absolutely. Now, last week, obviously, the big victory against Buffalo, 38-3. Is there anything that in thinking back of that game, that struck you about the team, that surprised you?
Well, you know what I think we saw? I think we saw the development of the new offense, or the unveiling of the new offense. You saw that they only threw the tight end one time. Radanovic missed a pass. I guess it was a little bit overthrown. They didn't throw to the fullback at all. They threw more to Ray Rice. Last year, if you remember, because of Clark Harris and Brian Leonard, what they did predominantly was throw to the tight end and the fullback. And obviously, they were both very good players. Right. Now, new players in that position. So that's the one thing that struck me the most, is that this is going to be a different offense. And you really have to re-gear your thinking about what Rutgers' offense is about when you watch this team now.
Now, that's a completely different challenge now in Navy. They've played this team a lot, though. I have to feel like the experience of playing against that triple option attack will help them this time. I mean, do you think there's still some danger there, or is this team defensively prepared for that?
Well, one of the things that we saw out of the opener was that Rutgers didn't create some turnovers. They need to create turnovers this game. That's one way. The other way I think that Rutgers can sort of solve Navy's offense is by scoring a lot, which I think they can against this Navy defense. That's the one thing. And my Navy trivia question for you, Steve, is pronounce the Navy quarterback's name. He's Hawaiian. I'll give you that much.
I see that, and I saw it, and I think if you have 2 hyphens in your name, I should not be required to ever pronounce it. That's the 2 hyphen limit.
I think it's Nhaku Nhata.
Nhaku Nhata?
Something like that. It's close. I mean, that's as close as I can get. Right. You're right, it does have a double hyphen. And we saw a little bit of him last year because he came into the game when Brian Hampton had that serious leg injury when he was hurt by Ramel Meekins, and you know, he started to get a little bit better as the season wore on. Greg Schiano seems to think that he's one of the better passing quarterbacks he's seen from Navy. He looks like he's starting to get you know, complete control of the offense, and he does look like he settled into this nicely.
Well, I think this game is going to be closer than a lot of people think. I'm going to go over the score about 28-14. Yourself, a prediction?
I don't think it's going to be that close. I think it's going to be more like a 35-14 game. Possibly even a little higher, maybe 38-41-14. I think Rutgers is going to score a lot of points. Temple scored 19. If Temple scores 19 on Navy, I think Rutgers is capable of 40 or more.
We'll find out in a couple of days. Steve Politi from the Star-Ledger with Tom Lucci signing off. See you next week.